Hello everybody and welcome back to our ShedLite review series where we quickly show you what a game is all about and then briefly go over whether or not it's worth your time or money. Today we're taking a step back into my childhood nostalgia and shedding light on Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. The year is 2020, and at this point we've had a slew of remakes, remasters, reboots, and pretty much anything you can think of. Now for you, this has either been a pleasant trip down memory lane, you enjoy the remasters and reimaginings, and you enjoy being able to replay games that aren't accessible nowadays, or on the other side of things, you see this as the games market being saturated with remade old media that tugs at your heartstrings and says, hey, do you remember this? Pay us money! But then they ruin the thing that you once loved. Well, SpongeBob kind of feels like it's in a limbo somewhere in between the two, so let's dive in. Get it? Dive in. Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated is an action-adventure platformer that, to be honest, was probably one of the best licensed games I've ever played, or at least back in the PS2 era. And it was, and still is today, a collectathon game where the idea is similar to other 3D platformers from that time like Spyro or Donkey Kong 64, in the regard that you have to pay a gate fee to access new worlds from a hub-style environment. In the game, you run around iconic Bikini Bottom locations that have been overrun by robots, collecting golden spatulas, Patrick's dirty socks, and shiny objects for Mr. Krabs. This all began because of Plankton's failure to flip a switch when he created a robot-making machine, and now SpongeBob, Sandy, and Patrick have to fix the mess.
I have devised an ingenious plan to finally steal the Krabby Patty formula. And if Bikini Bottom happens to get demolished in the process, oh well. With my brand new Duplicatotron 3000, I'll clone an army of robots that will wreak mayhem and destruction at my command. What do you think you're doing? Oh no, wait.
The gameplay is a whole lot of walking around, whacking different kinds of robots, some light puzzling, some really fun snowboarding sequences, rope swinging with Sandy, bubble blowing with SpongeBob, and multi-layered boss battles. It has a really good variety of environments, and the gameplay is just really fun because it's really cool to play SpongeBob in his life in Bikini Bottom, and the mechanics for the game were also all kind of callbacks to episodes of the show. But if I'm being honest, I can't recommend it to everybody, and it's really polarizing. Frankly, Rehydrated is nostalgic and fun, but it was just an okay game and kind of boring. I believe that this is still a big treat for people like me who love SpongeBob and the game back in the day, and the price is actually really modest, so that's great too, and the quality of the remake isn't poor either, so then why do I not recommend it? Simple. It's aged like milk. I'm a huge fan of breaking out my SNES, my N64, and my PS1, but this was kind of hard to play in this day and age, and that says a lot. The game is a pretty solid recreation of the old one, but its reskin kind of makes it look less genuine and alive than the original, almost floaty if I had to describe it. The voice actors minus Mr. Krabs and Mermaid Man were great.
Oh, are you sure he can't fix the TV?
Mermaid Man, 'twould be my greatest honor to fix your television.
Goody!
Hey, Sponge Kid, you really want to help out?
But the gameplay just isn't as good as a game like Spyro, or Donkey Kong, or Banjo, or Crash, or you get the idea, which to some have also aged poorly. It's a slow drag because of the walk speed being absolutely abysmal, and they probably should have added difficulty settings, but it just seems like young kids are really the only ones who will get any sort of challenge out of this. Yeah, whacking robots over and over again the same exact way was fun as a kid, but as an adult I simply could not recommend it. Exploring the level will be fun for a while, and then you kind of just want to end it all because it's just dragging on for so long. I mean, maybe if you get hammered, right? And you can barely hold on to the controller as it is, you know what I mean? You're just really sloshed, you'll probably have like the best time in the world. But other than that, I think it's just kind of like reaching in and taking yourself a platinum trophy or 100% completion. Fast travel was definitely a great idea, and they do get brownie points for that, but honestly, if you've been thinking about checking out this game, and let's be real, if you're watching this you are, just keep that stuff in mind before you make your purchase. I don't think it was bad, it was just meh. I say spend your 30 bucks somewhere else because the nostalgia will not be enough for you. But that's me, DangerZone Dirge, shedding a little light on Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, and hopefully you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did like the video, sub to our channel. We're almost at 1K subs. Help us hit our goal, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Catch you later, bubble blowers.